Jess. Trouble today for the Church of Scientology. 6 former staff members are coming forward with claims of abuse and even human trafficking. KTLA's Lynette Romero joins us live from outside the church center here in Hollywood with more. Lynette.
You know, these former church members say they're coming out now because there's strength in numbers. They say before this they were too afraid to come forward. Now, the Church of Scientology admits they have no shortage of critics, but they say they have an abundance of members who couldn't be happier. The Church of Scientology is no stranger to controversy. Protests are now a monthly occurrence all over the country and are almost immediately posted on YouTube by a group called Anonymous. They're marking their 2nd year this week of trying to combat Scientology, and today they brought together 6 former members of the church who wanted to tell their stories. They talked of abuse, mental and physical, forced labor, and the challenge of leaving the church, which they all claimed meant risking their lives.
They chased me down the highway as I was heading into the local town, and they insisted that I come back. They're yelling at me out the window, "You got to come back. You can't leave. You know, think about what you're doing." And I just refused. Continued to drive on, and they actually ran me off the road.
Laura DiCrescenzo says she took her first Scientology course when she was 6 years old. She says she got married at 16, was pregnant by 17, and was forced by the church to have an abortion.
I never agreed to have an abortion. Did I concede? Yes, I did. I actually took a gulp of bleach because I knew that if I was considered a suicide risk, that they would get rid of me immediately.
Scientologists held their own protest outside today's news conference, rejecting the criticisms against the church as outrageous.
The best thing for people to do is come into a Church of Scientology, find out for themselves what it is, and not listen to people who are, you know, essentially connected to criminals and people that are engaged in hate crimes.
Now, 2 of the 6 people at today's news conference are suing the Church of Scientology. And the Church of Scientology says they will continue to do the work that they have always done. So the controversy and the battle is likely to continue.